Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and I am so excited to share with all of you episode 2 of the Mercy Lens episodic series. And we have a special guest on today's show. I'm excited to get to talk with him and learn more about what he's doing. He just got a big promotion here in the MPN organization. And so we're going to sit down with our special guest, have some words with them over the course of the next 40 minutes or so, and see what he's looking forward to here in our community. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsor this week, Clan Battles. We'll learn more about them as the show goes on here in just a little bit. But again, we are excited. Episode 2, and we're going to be making this thing weekly or bi-weekly episodic series. Still haven't decided yet, so stay tuned. Let us know your feedback in the comments. We're looking forward to hearing what you guys think of this new series that we're doing, and let us know any suggestions or who else you would like to see on the show. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 2 of the Mercy Lens. I can officially say the name now that we've titled our series. We're looking forward to doing this on a weekly / bi-weekly type ordeal. So we're very excited to get to share that with all of you right here on YouTube. We do plan on launching this on audio platforms as well in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. But we want to hit on this video stuff. We like being able to video call and chat and hang out with all of these people, members in our community that have played such a huge role into making it what it is today. And tonight I'm super excited to introduce our newest esports team manager / captain of Legion Squad currently in our community. And I want to just welcome on MPN DaDuke. How you doing, man?
I'm having a great day. I'm loving it. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be on the second episode. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's a totally different type of content that we've ever filmed or made before. The feedback that we got from episode 1 was awesome, with Mastodon being on there, of course. And we're really looking forward to getting to try this out with several different people. The reason in particular I'm excited to talk to you tonight is because we got a lot of esports stuff to cover. It's something that not a lot of people will get to talk about that come onto this show. It's going to be mostly gaming community related. But our esports is such a big part in what we do now. It's something that we've been growing. Kind of started it at the end of 2018, and then 2019 was still a pretty fresh start, and it's been kind of a growing process since then. But I know that our Apex Legends team has a lot of potential, and I'm excited to get to talk to you about that in just a little bit. Before we get too far into it, I just want to thank our sponsor, Clan Battles. They've come on again as a sponsor for episode 2, and I'll tell you all about that more in just a little bit. So, DaDuke, welcome again. And I like to start it off, man. Tell the audience here listening or watching, I guess let's just start from the beginning. Tell us about yourself and kind of what made you start falling in love with gaming.
All right. Well, I'm from Mile High, Colorado. I used to be living there, and I joined the military, and I somehow ended up over here on the East Coast. Now I got a wife with 3 kids. Just enjoying life. I'm getting out of the military here. Unfortunately, it took a wrong turn for me, getting medically separated due to some, heart and lung problems. But, life moves on. You got to find a positive in it and just keep moving forward. Here in a little bit, that's why it's kind of empty behind me. I got Montana coming up here soon. I'm moving there. Just getting away from the city life, just trying to settle down, have the traffic away from me, all the drama. Just kind of get away from everything for a little bit.
Absolutely.
And gaming, man, I don't know. I think my mom got me into it when I was like 2 weeks old. She taught me how to play chess. I got into Sudoku, that's what they call it.
Yep.
And man, I can't remember my first gaming console. It was so old. I think I had to do a Sega Genesis or one of the Nintendos or whatever, Super NES.
Yep.
Um, and man, back in the day where you had to like grab the cartridge and like blow into it and then jam it in and try to freezes in the middle of the game. And you got to blow in it again. Man, that's where it all started.
Well,
I think.
hey, I I want to at least first of all thank you for your service. I don't think I have gotten to do that with you yet. It's been this is one of the few times that we've actually sat down and talked together one on one. So thank you very much for your service, man. And I just want to go before we go any further with the gaming thing. I am so happy. It seems like so many people in MPN are young that they don't remember the cartridge, the blowing in it to get the game to work, and getting mad and slamming it in there and having to redo it all over again. So I'm very relieved to know that you're with me in those memories, because that was used to be frustrating times for sure, doing that over and over again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I guess nowadays it's all about the error code, in the middle of a game, or the Wi-Fi connection lost a little bit because you need a certain ping in order to
Mhm.
play certain games. But man, back in the day, it was rough with these old games. Like something easy could just like disrupt your gaming. It could be like a little thing of dust, and you had to quickly just blow it out, plug it in, and it's not like you did it once. You had to do it like 10 times for it to work.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'm glad that we're on the same page with that because man, just the youngsters don't understand these days what the struggle was with gaming back in the day.
Yeah, what were some of your favorite games that you really remember, at least, that said, you know what, this is going to be a hobby of mine for years to come?
Oh man, I think my first game was Pokemon. Got really competitive with that, and then I don't really have a specific category in gaming. Like I was into it all. I was into role playing. I was into multiplayer, shooting, sports. You name it, I was in it. And I think the first time I went competitive was back in 2004 when I got really into Halo. Halo was probably my first competitive game, and I loved it. Loved it since. I think one of my favorite modes was they called it SWAT, where it was just nothing but headshots.
Yep.
And yeah, you had to have real skill during that because you could hit bodies all day. It didn't matter. And yeah, I think I branched out from there. I stayed with Halo for like 5 years. I was on and off Call of Duty. I can't remember the first. I think, man, I can't remember the first couple Call of Duty names. It's been that long. And then after that, I branched out from shooting games and I went into sports. I got into 2K NBA, then I started getting into Madden, and I'm just amazed that how far gaming has come. Even with Madden alone, or Call of Duty, Halo, all of it. It was so simple back then. Back then, it was just so simple. It was just the simple buttons on a controller. Nowadays, it's all about sensitivity.
Yep.
You gotta watch how you move left and right. Now there's like gun recoils. Back then there wasn't gun recoils. It was like simple shots. That's all it was. And then I went competitive back in 2012 for Madden. That was fun, and that's when it was a whole lot easier, like I said. And then from there, I was really busy in 2012. It was Madden, Modern Warfare 3, up on a PC, and a few games from Call of Duty. And then I took a break from there being on the competitive side. Then Fortnite came out, and then I got into Fortnite. That was big. I was very competitive back in 2017 to 2018, and then I went on deployment for the military, and I tried to come back after 8 months, and I was like, it was like riding a bike with training wheels again. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. What did you mean I had to shoot and build at the same time? No, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know. I always feel like with Fortnite, I got on that train a little too late. I never jumped on it right away when it first came out, and it was obviously popular when it was released. But by the time I really started giving the game a chance, it was already like not at its peak, but pretty dang up there. I mean, you had Ninja playing it nonstop and streaming it, and all of his friends, and there was a lot of people playing Fortnite, and it was just like this wave of new players coming in, younger players, right? New talent that just really we're very good at a game like that, like you said, where building and shooting at the same time all of a sudden became a thing, and like my hands couldn't move fast enough to make all of that happen. So definitely can relate on the Fortnite ordeal there, where um, it was a struggle. It was a struggle for me for sure.
Oh yeah. Especially after years of just dealing with Halo and all the Call of Duty games. Like, and then here comes Fortnite. You got to build and I don't know, create a window and a doorway to like shoot out. It was too
Yeah,
much at the time, and it was new though. I'm glad it came out like that because it changed up the game.
yeah,
Um, and all of a sudden, I think once Fortnite came out, then all of a sudden here comes all these battle royale games coming out. Now there's Apex doing it. I think Halo's talking about it. Call of Duty got into it. Battlefield got into it. So
yep.
I'm just glad they took it to a whole new game.
Yeah, yeah. The future became the battle royales. You know, Fortnite and PUBG were kind of leading the way. Obviously, Fortnite being a lot larger, but PUBG was kind of one of the OG battle royale games that I remember playing, and I was kind of more into that than Fortnite. And then, yeah, just like you said, Call of Duty jumping on there. I remember Blackout before Warzone, and I really enjoyed that. Battlefield had a pretty cool one too. I think it was called like Firestorm or something like that. And
Yep.
the new Halo coming out, the new Battlefield, seeing it, they almost have to include a battle royale feature, right? After the success of all the other games that you've seen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's exciting. I'm just waiting for something like Ready Player One to come out. I'm gonna be all over that. I'm gonna get my own treadmill inside the house and the whole VR setup. Man, I'm waiting. I hope I live long enough for that to come out. And I hear talks about it, but I believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. So let's jump in to MPN a little bit. That's kind of the main topic here with the Mercy Lens episodic series we got going on. So I just want to think back. So you've been in MPN for a while now. Talking to you earlier, it sounds like you've been in a couple of different squads that we offer here in the community. So I just want to take it back, if you can, pre MPN, and just kind of walk us through what it was like. What was your uh, thought process when you first saw those three letters, MP and N? Just kind of what you thought that the community was, and what attracted you to want to join our community.
man, I think I was playing Apex for the first time, and it's the randoms that don't have the mics. It's a game where you have to communicate, and there wasn't a whole lot of communication when you're playing with a whole bunch of people that are just playing the game. Um, and then one day I was just like, man, I just want to get into a group of people like back in the day with Halo and Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
where you could get like on that friendship level and play with these guys day to day, every week, every month. So I just started branching out, and I think what really got me into that, I think it was Tezi. Tezi, I just was playing a random game on Apex, and Tezi was a very cool, chill guy, and he was just talking to me like on as if he knew me for like a whole year. It was crazy. And I think at the end of like two matches, he just kept inviting me to play matches, and then he goes, "Hey man, what do you think about joining a gaming community?" And I was like, "Oh, I never really done one before. Like I did small groups, like a five with, Call of Duty and all the other games, but um, I didn't know what it was about." And he explained a little bit to me. I don't think he really told me how much people were inside the gaming community yet. But it sounded cool, and I was like, you know what? This will be my first gaming community, and it will be my last. So he sent the invite to me. He got my whole Discord set up with me and everything, and I got in. And of course, at first, it's nerve wracking, especially once you start seeing all these people. Like, I was expecting like 10, 20 people, and before now, I'm seeing like hundreds of people in the general chat. There's like, I think, between 50 to 100 people in Dynasty at the time, and like they were so open. Like,
Yeah.
I came into the chat, and other like I had like 50 people are like, welcome, 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 and I'm like, Jesus. And then, I love what I loved about it is that it was so organized. There was a rank structure. Um, for what you can learn as a new recruit, as a new member of MPN. Like there was so much to learn. No, like if you turn left, there was something there. If you turn right, there was something behind you, in front of you, and you could look under the table and there was something there. Um, so yeah, no, that was my first experience. I was nervous. I was quiet at first, and Tezi broke me in. Like he got me in with everybody that he knew, and I was playing before I was playing with everybody, and before MPN, it was like hard to find people to play with, and then once I joined MPN, it just seems like I all I was playing with was MPN members, and that was it.
So, yeah, that's kind of what I want to touch on. And you talked a little bit about basically day one of joining the community and what you experienced and all of that. When I had Mastodon on last week, he talked about, with his squad, he really had to make himself available and like go out there and kind of go outside of his comfort zone to talk to people, to where like with you it's a little bit different, and that's why I want to talk about it a little bit here. Is you were playing with, probably, I think Tezi was like the major, right, at the time, so the squad leader, if I'm right, or maybe he was a division leader, like he is today. But like, you kind of played with him, and then he helped you, get acquainted with probably many of the people, I assume, that today here in MPN. So kind of just, it's a little bit of a different story I want you to touch on, besides like Mastodon, where he basically, he got all the welcomes, right, and he was very accepting of that, and he kind of waited until his squad meeting, his first squad meeting, where he like reached out to people and said, hey, I want to play with you, I want to play, let's get some Call of Duty in, to where you kind of just like got in with the right guy, right? Tezi is a very social person, very kind, easy to get along with, easy to talk to, easy to play with. Although, tell me a little bit too, I guess, just for my own sake, is he really as good at Apex as he claims?
Well, I think just like any gamer, everybody has their ups and downs. Everybody. Like there's just some days where you're just hot. Like you could just hit every shot no matter what gun you got. And then there's just some days where you're just like, I can't hit nothing. Nothing. And I think Tezi, he is so prideful that regardless if he's hot or not, he's gonna push it through the end. And I think that's what I liked about him. But there is times where he was so stubborn that even though he was like on just like a messing streak, like he could have hit nothing, but he'll still push it for like 20 more games. It's crazy. And yeah, I think Tezi at the time was a captain, or no, yeah, he was a captain at the time. I think Benji was the major, and I kind of came in like I think at Dynasty's like prime time. Um,
Yeah.
like they were just like the squad of the month. Like they were so active. And I think that's why I wasn't so nervous going in, because everybody treated me like at a friendly level, not like, very competitive, or if I messed up here and there, no one was yelling at me. And like it says, like it's not toxic. It's definitely not, and that's what I love most about it, is that everybody, regardless if they known you for like 10 minutes or like 10 years, they treat you on a friendly level.
Yeah, and I think Dynasty was really, for a while, especially, one of the front runners of creating that family atmosphere that we've come to know in our community. Was, they really led by example in that. And at times where other squads were struggling, Dynasty squad was right there. And not only were they were on a hot streak for quite a while, for one of the best squads in our community. Back, when you were joining, especially. But they helped others get to where they're at today too, right? They really took what they've learned, and the people that they brought in, and have now expanded into other squads, and have kind of taken those morales and just experiences that they got while they were a part of the Dynasty squad, and be able to share that with other squads in our community, really has helped shaped it to what it is today. Um, so, before we go any further, I want to talk more esports with you here in just a moment. But before that, I want to give a quick shout out again to our sponsor, Clan Battles, coming on for the second week. We're looking forward to working with them and many future episodes as well. So let's show some love to Clan Battles. All right, so I am so excited that Clan Battles has come back as a sponsor of this week's show again. Thank you very much, Clan Battles, for all of your continued support. And if you guys didn't know, they made a huge announcement on Twitter where September 10th, Friday, they are doing a Rogue Company tournament, a 2v2 demolition special there on clanbattles.gg with a $200 prize pool. There are other competitive websites out there, and they're boasting about how much their winnings are, and we see anywhere from $100 to $150. Well, Clan Battles is starting off their very first wide tournament with $200 for the grand prize. So don't miss out. It's $5 per person, $10 a team. It's a 2v2 demolition tournament with the winner bringing home $200. You don't want to miss out. This is an awesome opportunity for some up-and-coming players. If you enjoy the game, if you enjoy Rogue Company, or maybe you've never even tried it, heck, for $5. $5 is all it takes for you to buy in. Find a friend, find some person off the street, bring them in, and pitch in another $5, because it's could be like playing the lottery, right? You could be the lucky winner. It could be anybody's night. Don't miss out. Rogue Company 2v2 tournament, $200 grand prize, courtesy of clanbattles.gg. Friday, September 10th, the whole thing will be broadcasted live, commentated, the whole works. This is a full-blown produced tournament. Don't miss out. clanbattles.gg for more information. All right, so again, thank you to Clan Battles for coming on again as our sponsor this week. They got a lot of cool things going on over there. Be sure to check them out again, clanbattles.gg, for all your competitive gaming experiences. So speaking of competitive, kind of where we left off is the esports, right? Big announcement that we made. What was it, like earlier? Would have been like Sunday or Monday, right? You were officially announced as the Apex Legends esports team manager for MPN Esports, and that kind of transitions perfectly into what I wanted to talk to you about next. Is outside of the obvious, gaming community aspect that we have, and obviously we all share the same hobby of gaming. What is it that you enjoy most about MPN, esports included?
Oh man, I think the most about MPN is that it's constantly improving. I love the leadership. It doesn't matter from where you're at, all the way down to if you're like a captain or major or a lieutenant within a squad. The leadership is great. The motivation is great. Um, Everybody is like wanting to improve, wanting to learn. Especially with MPN University, there's always something every month, every couple weeks that someone's trying to teach others, regardless if it's about gaming or something about life. Because everybody outside of gaming has a life too. There's either financial problems, relationship problems, or school problems. MPN has more to offer than just gaming, and I think that's what I love most about it.
Yeah, definitely. One of the biggest things that I always talk about in different meetings or anything when I'm just hanging out with people is, my first gaming community. I joined a community in like 2008, I think was my first one. KSI is their name, and I think they're still around to this day. Different leadership and different style, but that's kind of how I fell in love with gaming communities. But the biggest thing is at 14 years old, I came in and worked my way up to a squad leader, which in their community was a general rank, and it taught me a lot of leadership experience. Where I wasn't comfortable doing in my younger, kind of trying to become an adult, and it sounds weird at 14 to say that, but you are. I was looking at getting my driver's permit and getting my first job and all of that stuff at that age, where I was not by any means comfortable speaking to people, whether it was like a stranger or in front of a group or anything like that. So being able to come into MPN, or not MPN, KSI at that age, and lead a squad, and for them to have that belief and to put that amount of training into me and everything that they did for me starting out, I was able to transition that into my real life where I was able to talk to people. I was able to hold a conversation. So much nowadays, especially with technology, where these teenagers now are on their phones nonstop and they're texting each other and Snapchat and all that stuff. That once you get face to face, it's a totally different feeling. And being able to run meetings for KSI and later on even at 16 starting MPN, I was able to take all of that ability or all those skills that I had learned and use that to find success in my personal life as well, whether it was doing job interviews or school presentations at the time. Even just made me feel more comfortable and more confident in the things that I was doing there. So that's why I'm a huge advocate, for the younger gamers that join us, 13 to 16 years old, is dive into this, learn about what it is that we can do, because we have people from all around the world able to share their life experiences with you at a touch of a button. At any point in time, you can jump into a Discord call and just talk to somebody, just chat. And you never know what you're gonna leave that conversation with and learn about that person. That's another thing too, right? Is I live in like a small town, right? I grew up in a small town in Iowa and still live in a small town to this day, to where I get to interact with people that live in cities and travel the country and, live in other countries, other continents that I interact with almost on a daily basis. It's so incredible to me, everything that this community offers that a lot of people don't notice, right? And I'm glad that you brought up the MPN University stuff, because we got a lot of cool things going on over there that we are able to teach our members all free for any member, and there's a lot to learn about it. So again, I purposely I brought this up because I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk more about esports, and we'll talk about the future of where we want our Apex team at in just a bit. But tell me, because I got to be honest, when we posted the Apex Legends esports manager, I don't think I really had talking to you, like I said, one on one very much before that, and I was surprised to see your name in a good way, to see you get involved in that. But I definitely wasn't expecting it. So tell me what kind of caught your attention about that, and what made you want to kind of transition from the relaxed gaming community to now a competitive esport team.
Um, oh, I think ever since I got into gaming, I was always competitive. And once I saw that MPN is now going esports with multiple games, um, I was like, I want to be a part of that. I really have to be a part of that. I experienced esports myself, and what I want to do is to give these players a chance to experience that themselves. It's a fun experience. I think they deserve it. And it's really a good opportunity for any player that can take fun to a whole nother level. Esports is completely different than just regular pubs games. It's different from ranked games. It's a whole nother level on its own.
Yep.
And I think the best advice I could give any player that's interested in esports is that try it. Just because you don't think that you're not good enough or you can't play at that level, the only way you can find out is try it, and don't get discouraged on the first few games. You got to keep pushing it, because the only way to get used to it is to get used to playing at that level of play style. So, but no, I was always competitive, and I know what it was like. I know what it felt like, and I want to give these guys the opportunity to have that same feeling.
Yeah, definitely. And I've competed on Call of Duty Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 a little bit as well, before I kind of hung up my competitive run. But uh, it's a whole new set of skills that you learn, right? Now it's a team focused game, and we say that when we go into pubs too, but literally you have to know where your teammate is without them telling you, without them, you just got to expect them to be there, and you got to rely on a team if you want to even stand a chance to winning. And I guess to kind of throw out a shameless plug again, a good place to start is clan battles, right? It's a
Yep.
platform brand new. that a lot of people, it's focused for people in gaming communities or in clans. It's literally in its name. For people that are interested in esports but don't know how to get started, that don't know if they have what it takes, it's a great place for them to sign up on, compete for free and compete for money. um, the possibilities are endless. So that's why we take so much pride in being partnered with them here in MPN as well. Um, so kind of going, I guess, a different direction. You talked about, the skills that you want to teach to these upcoming players on a competitive level. Tell me a little bit, what skills or traits have you learned, or maybe even gotten better with since joining the MPN community? What are some skills you think that you've learned throughout your time here in the community?
Oh man, the list could go on, but I think the biggest thing is being selfless. Um, it's a huge family here, doing it for each other. Just keep on improving, not only within gaming, but also as a person too. I learned a lot of patience, and it just feels like I matured even more than what I was before with these group of guys and ladies here, and it just feels like everybody has something to bring to the table, and as long as you're willing to learn, that's the biggest thing. You're willing to learn and get your hands in there, like get your foot in the door. Don't be shy, don't be nervous, say some. And the more you get more involved, the more you have to learn from MPN. Doesn't matter who it's from, doesn't matter where you're at with an MPN. There is always something more to learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're nailing these answers right on the head, because that's something I definitely appreciate too from our leaders in the community. Is like, it's always about what's best for other people, right? Our leaders that we've chosen, and obviously you being one of them, um, is that they care about others. They're not in it just about themselves. They're not in it, obviously finding people to play with and making friends is great, but it's about sharing that experience with other people. And our leaders, it's all volunteer stuff. They're not doing it for any other reason than they just care about other people. And that's what makes our community so great and so unique, is that it's not forced. What you see is what you get. These are human beings that truly just want to create better people or help mold people to be better, whether it's on gaming or not. I always say, being an MPN, it's a lifestyle. It's a choice that you make to go out there and represent our community, whether it's on the game, whether it's in Discord, or even out there, in your personal life. Take pride in being a part of this, because it is something truly unique, and it's hard for some people to understand if you're not big into gaming and you try to explain MPN to non-gamers. It's hard for them to wrap their head around. But I tell you what, man, people that I talk to about MPN, people that have watched my videos on YouTube and they see me in MPN clothes, right? I'm always wearing something MPN, and they're always like, "What is that?" And I tell them, it's never a boring conversation. Whether or not they're a gamer, they could be, 16 years old, or they could be 40 plus years old, and I can still have a conversation with them about it, and they will ask questions and try to understand it more. It's never boring. I mean, it's something fun for me to talk about, and I hope that other people find it the same way, because there's always something going on in our community and always something to talk about that I truly, truly am grateful for. So before we wrap all this up, like I said, you've hit them all. You got one more question here. Is what's next? What are some future goals now that you're in this new role? You're transitioning currently from a captain in one of our squads to now being an Apex Legends esports manager. So, what are some goals that you have on a personal level that you wanna hit and see success in, and also on a team level for the Apex Legends team? What are some goals you have for those players?
Oh man, like I said, this is my first gaming community. It's gonna be my last. I don't plan on going nowhere, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up with NPN. All I know is that I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Keep trying to be there for the people that are either coming into MPN that are new, or if they're already been here before, I already have been. I'm gonna try to bring something new to the table. And for the esports, I am I am gonna try to take these guys as far as they can. They're talented. And I believe that as long as you give them the chance, they're gonna take that baton and they're gonna run with it. So I'm gonna keep them busy. I got high goals. There's a AGLS coming up soon. I'm gonna get them registered, and hopefully they'll take that as a once in a lifetime opportunity. There's always other chances in the future, but I want them to look at it like this is their short term plan. I want them to see capable of what their goals are, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to help them achieve that goal. Um, but with MPN, I love it here. I don't see it going anywhere. It's just MPN is just it keeps growing. It's getting better every second, every day, every week, every year. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. And I'm just glad that I could bring something to the table for these guys so that they could just run with these ideas, run with their talent, and not just waste it.
Absolutely, man. Before we go, um, my favorite part, you're sitting next to the CEO of MPN. If you could have one thing added to MPN, no matter what it is, one thing that you get to choose to be added tomorrow with a snap of a finger, just like that, boom, we could add that. Yep, consider it done. What would that be?
To be honest, I think that's an easy question. Um, Really, nothing. It already is what it is, and it's great. I love it, and I don't think there's anything that should be added to it because there's a reason why it's successful now. It's been successful, and it's now successful, and it's going to be successful in the future. And I love every part of it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Hey, I like to hear that a lot, man. I appreciate that. Well, listen, you've spent the better half of an hour with me. I appreciate all of your time this evening. I'm looking forward to getting to work with you more on the Apex Legends team. We're just getting started. It hasn't even been a week yet. Isn't that crazy? Time flies, but we got a lot of work to do, man, and I'm excited to get to do it right next with you moving forward. So again, thank you to all of our listeners, our viewers. We appreciate all of the support. The feedback was amazing on episode 1. We loved seeing it. So if you're watching episode 2, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what you want to see for feedback for future episodes, and make sure to click that subscribe button on YouTube as well. We are growing across all of our social media platforms. YouTube is obviously going to be one of our bigger ones that we're focusing on, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys think of this episode and the episodes coming in the future. So again, thank you to MPN DaDuke coming on with us today for episode 2. It was a pleasure, man. Thank you very much. And thank you again to all the viewers and the listeners that hung out with us in the last hour. We appreciate all of you as well. So looking forward to episode 3, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very soon. Thank you.